Hey there, friends. What is going on? It's Kodiak here. Happy stream night. It's been a minute, a week, 2 weeks. I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. It's good to be with you guys again. Had a little time off. We went to Rhode Island last week. That was fun. And then I forget what happened the week before that. But Livid and I have been hard at work. We've got our hands on Grounded 2. We've been playing a lot of that. Super excited about it. We have a ton of videos coming your way. Really, the only thing going on right now, there's Wu Chang. Wu Chang's out there. It's got like a 35% approval rating. Not great, but I think the game is good. I actually played about, I don't know, half of the game and really enjoyed what I played. It was a slow burn to start. Like, I didn't love it at first, and I've played a lot of Souls games at this point, but I eventually learned to love it. And I'm not saying that in like a forced way. I just genuinely started to like the game the more I played it. But it's not doing well. It's not optimized well. That's a hard price to pay for a new studio at $50, right? That's kind of the deal right now. But we are playing Grounded. We're having a ton of fun with that. We got a lot of videos for you guys, a lot of shorts on the TikTok, all the things. But as always, our goal today is to look at some new games coming out, to react, to talk about them, to talk about all the things going on in the gaming world. And we're going to start with the top of the list this time. So it's been a little quiet on the official Legacy Gaming subreddit. I don't blame you all. I blame myself because I'm inconsistent. I don't like that I'm inconsistent, but when you're also trying to work on guides and reviews and all sorts of things like that, inconsistency is your worst nightmare. So here we are. Guys, good to see you in the chat. Fervor, as always. Good to see you, buddy. Dr. Tetris, Danny Passion. Appreciate you guys always coming by to support the channel. Really appreciate that. So Legacy Gaming subreddit, if you are not part of this community yet, all we ask is that you join up, try to get to 100 members. That's our first goal. And share stuff as you see trailers, as you see videos. Think in the back of your head, hey, would Kodiak like that? Has Kodiak seen that? The answer is most likely no, because I live under a rock and don't see many things. But you should be thinking that way, because if you see something that I might like, that is what we want this Reddit to turn into. Eventually, someday, down the line, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands even, maybe, I don't know, depends, of people will be in this community, and we'll never run out of things to talk about. But at current, there are 84 members. We got to start small, right? Even when we started our channel, we were tiny. I mean, I remember sitting there looking at like 100 views on a video, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is never going to get better. And here we are, 7 years later, doing our thing. Malik, what's going on? Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you coming in. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Livid just posted a bunch of stuff. There's some stuff down here too that's, for whatever reason, not showing the thumbnail. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The thumbnail, there we go. And then honestly, like, we stopped, I think, like around here-ish, I think, the Helldivers 2 stuff. Somewhere around there. Livid's telling me to be louder, so I'm going to bump my audio just a touch. Just a hair, because I don't want to blow you guys out. All right, so we're going to start with we're going to start at the top of the list today. Out of Time. This is a third-person co-op roguelite. Lots of things in that title that I like. And I know, you guys don't like roguelites. I get it. Roguelikes, roguelites, you're not all about it, but I am. So, and it's my stream. So sit back and deal with it. Here we go. This is Out of Time.
Wait, even the trailer's timeline is jumbled. We jumped in at the end. Let's back it up a bit, shall we?
Manticore. Why do I feel like I know that
This whole mess started on a day like any other. Or it was, until the sky shattered and everything started falling apart. Time, space, reality, my sanity. Next thing I know, I'm in Infinitopia, the final safe haven across all timelines, past, present,
Ozzy, thanks, buddy.
It's
Appreciate
pretty
you.
much the only place that isn't being gobbled up by the effects of the shattering. At least
I like
so
what I'm
far.
seeing.
And if we want to keep it that way, we're gonna need to get busy. Cue the montage.
Okay. I'm a little bit more into it now.
Survivors strike out into the wilds, using everything we can, from whenever we can, to push back the Tangle and its never-ending waves of corrupted time echo creatures.
Are we tethered
The more you
all the
work
time?
together, the smoother this whole thing goes.
It looks like it.
Mostly. But hey, if at first you don't succeed, die again. But don't worry, it's not all death by giant crabs and cosmic beasties out here. Every time survivors venture out, they have the chance to grab some really sick gear, which comes in handy when you're bumping heads with the really big baddies out there. Which brings us back to this monstrosity. Automaton? More like Automagon.
Ha ha. Dad humor. Gotta love it.
Timeline collapse in 3, 2, 1. You are out of time.
Hey, that's the name of the game.
Huh. I like it. I wish I honestly, this is one of those weird, rare moments where, like, I love cinematic footage. Like, I love being able to see no UI, clean stuff whenever we're looking at games. Like, we love that stuff. When we get to use Unreal Unlocker and, like, showcase games in a new way, we love that. Like, you're going to see a ton of that from our Grounded coverage. But when, like, I'm genuinely intrigued by this, right? Like, it's a roguelike, obviously co-op that spans multiple time periods. I wish I could see some, like, actual gameplay with UI to, like, kind of understand all of the pieces of it. It's very clear that it's like you jump into a map, a zone, a time period, whatever, and you just kill stuff. But, like, that's only one layer to this, and I would love to have seen like layer 2 and layer 3 just to understand a little bit more about the game, because like I said, I think the trailer's good. It did a great job of like actually getting me interested in it. This kind of like Fortnite-y, I don't know what other term to use for this, to be honest with you. This Fortnite-y type environment in the beginning is interesting, this like hub world. It almost feels like, and I can't remember, and I'm sure one of you guys in the chat will remember, there's this wave of games that is like, what the heck was the name of the game? It was like Minecraft, but it was with Fortnite graphics, and it was like supposed to be this sandbox game where you have access to all the elements. I think it was built in Unity. It was like using the whole Unity store or something. It feels like that, and I think that's partially like the graphics and like this cartoony graphic style that's just like very overly used at this point. It feels a little... what's the word I'm looking for? Like some of the combat sequences just kind of feel a little like, okay, there's a ton of enemies, almost like Dynasty Warrior-esque. Like, look how many enemies are on the screen. Like right there, perfect example. There's just so many enemies on the screen. Is that going to make for interesting gameplay, or are you just going to smash buttons the whole time? I don't know. Some of the boss fights look cool. I like the idea of all the different loot and like going into different time periods. I like all that stuff. Manticore Games has made something called Core, which is a UI program on top of Unreal. Interesting. Oh, wait, maybe that's it. Was it called Core? Now I need to know. Hold on. Now we got to find out. Core? Core. No, Core Keeper is what I was thinking of. No, it's not that. Anyways, that's out of time. I think it's cool. I don't know. This is one of those games I don't see being very popular. I think there's going to be a small indie group of people who latch onto it and maybe help grow it. Maybe if it's good, it gains a little bit of like viral success that way, but I'm not sure. Off the rip, I'm thinking this one is maybe gets a little bit of attention, but not a lot. That's my hot take. 44,000 views in 4 days, not bad. Decent like to dislike ratio, about 75% of the people who have watched it, who have engaged, have approved of it. So not bad. I guess we're gonna have to see with that one. A good way to start, though. Good way to start. All right, this next one from Liv is called Wanderberg, and just based on the image, this is definitely a game that I would like, because I love medieval things. I love these quirky, out-of-the-box type things. This is a short trailer, only a minute long, so let us check it out. Wanderberg. I feel like we're running out of names for games, quite honestly. Like, all the good names... Yeah, Danny, we're, of course, going to talk about Battlefield 6. I feel like all of the good game names are gone, so we're calling things Wanderberg now. Here we go. This does not feel high-res. Is this high-res? Is that it? That's all we got? Okay, that's all we got. A castle on wheels. Is it a TD? Oh, I do like this. I'm already invested in this. This is so dumb. I love it. All right, so you got to consume resources at the front. You got to defend yourself from enemies that are chasing you, but also, oh, it's like big fish, little fish. Yeah. I do like this quite a bit. This is cool. I don't think so, Bassin. I don't think so. Oh my gosh, look at the spikes on that thing. Okay. I love everything about this, and I think you guys already know what I'm going to say. When it comes to a game like this, innovation is everything. I love innovation. I love doing something different. This is the type of game, guys, remind me, what is it, what was that growing up, right, in like the late 90s, early 2000s, when we were playing Flash games on the computer? Armor games? Remember that? There was a couple of the Flash game sites. It reminds me of one of those sites, like the games that would be on one of those sites. You just jump in, you play it obsessively on a computer for however long, and I actually particularly like this part of it, and I'm going to go back to it really quick. I lost my cursor. Hold on. This part of it. Look at all the different ways you can customize this thing. Newgrounds. Thank you, Tetris. Doesn't this feel like a Newgrounds kind of game? But look at all the different things you do. So you've got the rolly, you've got the walker, you've got like the train. I don't know what this one is. And then you've got different captains, which presumably do different things or have different sort of effects on the vehicle. I would imagine acceleration, top speed, turning. Then you've got your crew, which is defensively. I think it's these 4 guys up here. All of your different modules. And then artifact, which I don't know what the hell those do, but something very clearly. It's cool. Like, I just genuinely like stuff like this that's a little bit different. And it reminds me of those games, loosely, reminds me of those games. I don't know if you guys ever played these. It's going back to Flash games. It's like a big Flash games kick right now. Do you remember the game where you started out as like a little tiny fish and you had to eat bigger fish along the way? And the more big fish you, like the more fish you ate, the bigger you got. Danny, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the 5 spot. Really appreciate that, man. Thanks for always coming back to the stream. But you remember the game where you started off as the little fish and they just had to keep eating fish, and you got bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know if it's called Feeding Frenzy, but like I played that in the late 90s. So like that game has been around forever. Maybe Fervor. It might be that. It kind of reminds me of that, right? Because like you're consuming trees, you're consuming, you're pillaging, you're getting the smaller, like see the small thing right there on the screen, the small vehicles, but you're being chased by a bigger vehicle. So I kind of like that aspect of it too. This is a good one, Liv. This is a good one. Wanderberg. Still hate the title, but it is 1 word, which is better than like the titles that are 30 words. 34,000 views on game trailers in 3 days. Very positive like to dislike. 1.5K likes to 12 dislikes. That's pretty dang good, guys. Pretty dang good. Wish we could get that kind of ratio. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to, of course, Grounded 2. As I told you guys, we are playing Grounded 2 right now. We will have more videos starting on the 29th, I think is when the embargo is. Super excited about this one. You guys are going to really enjoy it. It's bigger and better in a lot of different ways, which is a ton of fun. So let us check out the story trailer. Here we go.
And we're rolling. Take 52.
This is Sloan Beaumont speaking. Yes, from the commercials. Ominous spokesperson, chief strategy officer, and you know what, I'm just gonna say it. Friend. Listen, I was given the chance to run a massive clandestine research project out of the local park. And the work that we are doing is, how do I say this without saying it? It's scary. I shouldn't say it's scary. Our team is doing it new Ominous style, baby. So, no leaks. No teams. Just calm, cool science.
Fervor.
We've heard your requests, and we are proud to announce that we are so close on so many exciting developments. It hasn't been easy. Yes, the fatality rate for our employees seems bad, but if you do compare it to other city park miniaturization research programs, it's really not, forget this. Maybe we don't use that? But we're Ominous. We're strong. We're normal. It's going to be amazing. Okay, when you see where this whole thing is headed, you are gonna smile and shake your head and think, I can't believe she did it. Or we did it. You'll be so proud to have been there from the beginning. You might even, feel something.
Love it. Yeah, there's a couple things about this one, guys. Like I said, I'm playing it right now, so obviously I'm not going to be talking to you guys about all the things that I'm experiencing in the game. This was more, there's story here, don't get me wrong, but there's quite honestly a lot of glimpse into what this game is going to be. I think the coolest thing and the thing that I was most interested in going in was scale and the points of interest. That was the thing about Grounded, the first Grounded, that I really wish they had developed more. You would always get one layer of excitement within the initial Grounded, like the pond, for example. There was always one layer of excitement going into the game and going into that point of interest. There was never that secondary depth. And that's what I'm really hoping to see from this game. You see some of the points of interest, like the hot dog cart, the ice cream cart, the podium, things like that. what is the layer of depth to those areas? That is what I'm really interested in. Obviously, there are new bugs like the cockroach, which is really cool. There's the whole tease at the end with like something purpley and some like stranger character. No idea what's going on there. It's just a lot of the pieces of Grounded that I think they're trying to refine and put into this sequel, which honestly nobody saw coming. I didn't see coming. A lot of folks in the survival community didn't see coming. Like Obsidian has other projects they've been working on, like Avowed, right? That's another game they've been working on. Outer Worlds 2. We know that they're more utilitarian. We also know that the Orb Weaver is eventually going to be in the game. And then there's going to be plenty more. I think we're going to see a lot of cool things come from that system. And in one of the Q&As, they talked about how the buggy system is going to evolve with the community. So I am pumped to see how that kind of shapes up over early access. Remember, this is coming into early access. It is not going to be complete. All I will say is it's big, it's fun, we're having a great time with it. And yeah, there's room to grow. That's all I'm going to say. So super excited about the story elements of this too, which I think are also important. If you remember, the first game kind of did that environmental storytelling more so than like actual storytelling. That's what if you're into the story for a game like this, you're also going to want to care about that, because I think they're going to blend environmental storytelling with kind of like what is the evolution for this game. I don't think they figured it out in Grounded. I think the storytelling in Grounded was pretty bad. But now with that game under their belt, 1.0 behind them, and this new playground essentially to kind of maximize and fix all of the things that they kind of fumbled in the first game, yeah, I think the stage is really set. The foundation is there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this one comes out on the 29th, just 2 days from now. So again, 130,000 views 4 days ago. Great ratio, 2.5K to 71 dislikes. I think Grounded, it's a sleeper in a sense. Like, I don't remember. I'm going to look it up really quick because I genuinely don't remember. What's its peak concurrent been? Yeah, all-time peak, 32,000. I think this game is going to get more than that. I think this is an absolutely insane number. I guess that's the fully yoked version. I don't know if it matters. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. I think that's an insanely low number. I would be pumped to see this hit 50,000, maybe 60, 70, whatever. I do think the market is ripe too. There's not a lot going on right now. There's not a lot of big games. People I talk about this occasionally, and I'm sure all of you that are watching are guilty of this too. You play an exciting new game, and then you revert back to your comfort space, right? For me, my comfort space is a World of Warcraft, a RimWorld. But right now I see a lot of people back in their comfort space because there's not that like one omnipresent big game out there. There's no Elden Ring out there right now, right? Even if you look at SteamDB, and we'll go over there really quick. If you look at SteamDB, it's all of the classics: Counter-Strike, Dota, Rivals. Like the fact that Rivals pop back up. I know there's a new season, but like Rivals, Rust, Call of Duty. Peak is the only one that's been kind of interesting right now. It's a co-op game. It's one of those streamer-ish type of games, so that one's popped off. But like to see Delta Force and Destiny 2 back in the top 10 of concurrent players is kind of nuts. So that to me just signals there's not a lot going on right now. I think the kind of the environment is ripe for a game like Grounded 2. I'm excited for this one. Like I said, comes out on the 29th. NS Fervor said in the chat, it's also going to be on Game Pass, which is awesome. And everything is cross-play and platform, I believe, between Xbox and PC, which is awesome too. All right, Grounded 2, that's that out of the way. Let's move on to Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1. I don't like this. It's a bloody alien right off the bat, and I am not a fan of horror, as you guys know. But let's see what Livid has in store here for Alien Incursion. I feel like these dang games, these Alien and Predator games, even the movies, they come out of nowhere. Isn't there a new Predator movie coming out? And I'm like, where do they just keep coming from? Like, I know it's a beloved IP, but I genuinely feel like Alien games, Alien movies, Predator games, Predator movies, they just come out of nowhere. Oh, we got another first-person shooter. That's interesting. That's the same as Dark Descent, I believe, right? Wasn't Dark Descent first-person shooter? Yeah, you won't catch me dead playing this one.
We believed in our mission.
I played Fireteam because it was third person and Liveth could be there the entire
We
time.
tampered with something you should have left alone. Everyone else is dead. We're all that's left.
It looks pretty good. It looks good.
Whoever finds this, destroy them. Every last one of them.
Alien Isolation, that's the one I was thinking of, Danny. I feel like this is a lot of drones. Oof. Oof. I don't know, man. I don't know if I could do this one. I will say, again, as somebody who played Alien Fireteam Elite and whatever the third person top down one was, I enjoyed that one as well. I actually remember I played that one when I was in Rhode Island 2 years ago, last year, and did a video on that one while I was in Rhode Island. And I remember the joke is that I thought I was plugging into my phone and my headset to record, and I ended up having like my phone in a cup, like the cup holder, and I recorded that whole one from like my phone microphone as it was sitting in a cup. So it literally sounds like I'm in a locker. If somebody wants to find that video on the channel and post a link, it is hilariously bad. If you guys are curious what that one sounded like, and you'll hear it now knowing the story. Like, it literally sounds like I was in a locker, which is kind of fitting for Alien, and that was the joke, was that, like, I'm in a locker recording an Alien review. But anyways, I really like this. I will not play this game because this is the shit that scares the crap out of me, but, like, it looks really good. Isolation is one of the Alien games that is most talked about in this space, although I loved Fireteam Elite, although I loved the third-person one, which I cannot remember the actual name of it right now. Like, this is what people want to play. They want to be scared out of their minds. They want aliens to be tracking them while they also think they're tracking the aliens. And it looks good. It looks like the gameplay that people are, like, expecting from this IP. And I think there's enough here, like the horror is there, the intensity is there, the action is there. It checks off all the boxes that if I was somebody who would play a game like this, I would be pumped about this. Absolutely pumped about this. So that's Alien Rogue Incursion. What is the release date here? Did it say? Coming September 30th, so you don't have to wait that long. Guys, the 30th of September is only 2 months away. Fall is like less than a month and a half away, which is just crazy to me. Let's see. I'm going to see what is all the Alien games. Dark Descent is the third-person one. That's the one I was thinking about. 86% rating, 75 on Metacritic. Fireteam Elite, 78% positive. Loved that one. Oh, yes, Alien vs. Predator. That's the modern one. I forgot about that one. Alien Isolation. That's the one everybody loved. 271 people playing. This IP is just destined for not a reboot by any stretch, but another installation. Sounds like Rogue Incursion is going to be that, so that's pretty awesome. All right, let's keep moving on. Super Meat Boy 3D. I never played Super Meat Boy, but I love me any sort of indie platformer, whatever. The fact that they're going 3D with this is so interesting to me, and it takes a lot of stones to go from a 2D platforming side scroller to a pure 3D. That's a big leap, right? Think about Mario doing that. Think about Mario going from the Mario side scrollers to Mario 64. A huge leap. Obviously, that level of innovation is gone, right? Like, nobody's going to ever get credit for doing that ever again. 3D graphics is just the norm, but still impressive. So let's see what they've got going on here. The Super Meat Boy 3D official gameplay overview trailer. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Dominic, co-founder and art director at Sluggerfly, and I'm here to give you a look at some Super Meat Boy 3D gameplay. We are incredibly honored to be working on this project. The original Super Meat Boy is such an important game, not just for us as indie developers, but for the entire platforming genre. After having developed multiple well-received 3D platformer games, we are channeling everything we've learned into making this our best work yet. For Super Meat Boy 3D, our goal is to capture the speed, flow and intensity the series is known for, and bring all of that into a new dimension. We've worked closely with Team Meat, the original creators of the game, to make sure Meat Boy feels just right in 3D. His movement, responsiveness and momentum are key to getting that authentic Meat Boy feel. One of the core mechanics of the franchise is wall movement, especially vertical wall jumps. It's a big part of what makes the level design so dynamic. Translating that into 3D meant we had to evolve the system, and one of the biggest additions is dynamic horizontal wall running. This lets us fully embrace 3D level design. You won't just go left to right, you'll move in every direction. You can now seamlessly combine vertical and horizontal wall moves, chaining them together for stylish, high-speed traversal. We've also added an in-air dash, which gives players more control and speed. It allows for sharper movement, easier wall grabs and faster flow through levels. The game starts off accessible, but it doesn't take long before things get tough as nails. Reaching the end will, for most players, be doable with some dedication. But if you're a completionist aiming to conquer every timing challenge, find every collectible and get all the achievements, expect a serious test of skill. Thanks for watching. We can't wait for you to get your hands on Super Meat Boy 3D and are looking forward to seeing you rage quit.
I like it. It looks good. Looks like it's coming to Xbox Game Pass sometime early 2026. One thing he said, and I don't know much about Super Meat Boy because I never played it, but one thing that I thought was interesting was it sounds like they bought the IP from the original creator of the game, which I don't mind that by any stretch. I just think it's interesting. This type of platformer I'm not a fan of. Like, platforming just for platforming's sake has never been my cup of tea. I love good platforming, but it has to be in service of something different, like a Hollow Knight or Celeste, right? Story, adventure, action. This is simply like running through mazes, which is like Super Mario Maze Runner or whatever the heck it's called. It's cool, and I actually think the movement looks really good. There's a little floatiness to it, which I don't know if that's like inherent in Super Meat Boy, but there is a little floatiness to the movement that you can see. But I do actually really like the level design. Everything feels kind of, like there's very, very clear staples of Super Meat Boy, right? The spinning blades, the grinders, the shooting blades, things like that. Those are all synonymous with the very first game. But what's cool is you see these kind of different world environments that accompany it and kind of like create the tapestry behind all of that, whether it's like this toxic landscape or the fire landscape, the underground landscape here, the forests. That stuff is important. I don't want to dismiss stuff like that. I do think it's really important to have that stuff. Sorry, my dog is like, I don't know what she's doing back there. It's really important to have that stuff because that creates the kind of the differentiation between each of the levels, right? Some of the levels, things already could feel very one-dimensional in a platformer if you don't constantly introduce new systems. And that's the thing about platformers that I love, good platformers. They introduce you to a mechanic, they allow you to somewhat master that mechanic, and then they throw you into a gauntlet. And before you can get really comfortable with that, they're already moving on to the next mechanic. Because if you get too comfortable with a mechanic, then the gameplay gets stale, right? But if they're constantly introducing mechanics or new elements, like a new puzzle element to the game, a new trap, something like that, you're constantly injecting this idea of change into the game. That's what makes a good platformer. So I think it looks pretty good. The 3D angle is obviously huge. If you like Super Meat Boy, this is another one. I'm actually really curious. Let's see here. Super Meat Boy. Let's see. So 92% rating. Crazy to think 14 years ago this one came out. 5,000 peak concurrent. That's wild. Super Meat Boy Forever did not do as well. Only 237 peak concurrent 3.5 years ago. So I think, honestly, this might actually be a little bit of a redemption story for this game. Because 5,000, as you guys know, 5,000 is not a lot. The running genre in general is not a necessarily beloved genre. So Super Meat Boy 3D has a chance, possibly, to win over some new fans, but also possibly bring the IP kind of back into where it needs to be if they want to keep growing it. Fervor, stop it. All right, I don't know. We got Sean John back. Sean John, what's up, brother? Sean John posting this one from Xbox, Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival. For the record, I hate when people put their names in things, even Claire Obscure. Like, absolutely love Expedition 33. I don't know what Claire Obscure is still. I do know what it is. Isn't it like the developer's kids or something? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Putting names in things like this, I think, is a terrible just practice. But anyways, nobody asked for my opinion. Here we go. This is Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival. Sean John, why you gotta keep posting horror videos for me to react to? Oh, we're getting crazy here.
A desirous, gaping heart.
Yeah, there you go, Livid. Whatever.
It thirsts for
This does not feel like an Xbox
pleasure.
trailer, but...
The very thing.
And by an Xbox trailer, I mean a game that
offer.
Xbox would be super interested in.
She is hellbound. Follow her, for we have such sights to show you.
I don't like this. Should I know what this is, guys? I have no idea what this is. Is this a remake? Is this a remaster? This is weird. I don't even know how to react to this. It's a weird horror game. I guess it kind of falls into the category of like a, I don't even know. Yeah, it's a classic horror film. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks fine. The gameplay that we saw, which was like, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Like right here. Like it feels, I don't even know how to describe it. Like there's one part like investigation-y, I think. This cube is obviously very important. Then we get some cinematic stuff with some creepy things going on. Then we've got a nightclub scene. Yeah, I don't even know Hellraiser was a thing. So the fact that it's niche doesn't surprise me even a little bit. Then we got some gross stuff. Bad guy. That's the only action. This is the only 3 or 4 action things we've seen. This guy's kind of creepy. You got double swords there. I don't know. This is just weird. Yeah, kind of Outlasty, but I don't think that's the name of the game. I mean, look, 4.7 thousand likes, 79,000 views. Who am I to say? It's a single-player survival horror action game set in the universe of one of the most iconic horror franchises ever. I don't know about that. Yeah, okay. Well, if you're into horror stuff, you know. If you're not into horror stuff like me, you don't know, I guess. Let's go to something I'm a bit more familiar with, which is Battlefield. Battlefield 6 trailer came out the other day. 7 million views already. 464,000 likes to just 14,000 downvotes. There you go, Rob. Thanks for the context, man, because clearly I don't have the horror context to even remotely comment on stuff like that. Yeah, Livid, Chopper Gunner reporting for duty. Liv, while I'm watching this and reacting to this, you know, I don't know if you know the general consensus around Battlefield. What needs to change with Battlefield to get this franchise back on track? That's the question I have for all you guys. If you're a Battlefield fan, feel free to chime in because, you know, my role in Battlefield is to literally hop in Livid's vehicle and shoot. Like, that's the role I want to play whenever I play a game like this. So let's check it out. Let's see what this one's all about.
My fellow citizens, my fellow. We will prevail.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, our prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
Come, your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. You hide behind
Feels big. It feels big and kind of bold.
you turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I will bet you die. And your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket by the pale afternoon. I'll watch while you lie.
Clear the ship now!
And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Ready to target for the F-61.
I'll watch while you lie.
Fucking burn us off!
And I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead.
Yeah, I like it, guys. Straight up. Multiplayer reveal on July 31st. That is in a few days. So we're going to see how that one looks. I genuinely... Let me restart this here and turn the loop on so we can talk about it. So just based on what you guys wrote in the chat here. So Livid said back to classes, embrace the Levolution, more intense fights. The thing about the trailer that I really like, and trailers, especially for companies like this, can overpromise, right? Let's never forget that. But also they're a good indicator that like the trailer is going to align with like at least the pillars of the game design. Oh, dude, Will. Battlefield, excuse me. Battlefield 1942 was my jam back in the day. My dad actually introduced me to that back in whatever year it was released, late 90s, early 2000s, I can't remember. That was the best. That was absolutely the best. I played every Battlefield, I think, up until Battlefield 2042. I don't know if I played that one. Wait, was that the last one? Whatever the futuristic one was, I didn't play that one. Yeah, 1942 was the best. And that's because like things were simpler, right? It was guns, it was tanks, it was some fighter pilot stuff, like that was it. What I will say about this one, Battlefield 6 here, the trailers are very clearly invoking large team play. That is what Battlefield has always done well. That's what they need to lean into. And to Livid's point about Levolution, like you see that in the trailer. And I think that's really important that they're showing that. They're not trying to show you COD, like Battlefield's version of COD, right? They're not focused on individual characters and intense like 1v1. They are showing you what people love about Battlefield. A ton of vehicles, a lot of bodies, some really cool environments. New York City, for example, right there. If they do that, and Malik, to your point, pull back on some of the greed, none of the microtransaction stuff, and create a game that's super easy to pick up and play, which, again, it's EA. They might not do that. They may get in their own way. I think Battlefield 6 could be huge, right? Yeah, Will, to your point, don't focus on the little stuff. Don't focus on the close quarters. Nobody's playing Battlefield for that stuff. Nobody wants to peek corners and do all that crazy stuff the same way that they do in COD. They want to do that, but they want to do that in the sense of a larger war. And like, there's people like me. Like I said, all I want to do is I want to be the gunner on somebody's ship. Like, that's all I want to do. I want to be rewarded for playing that way. I want other people to be rewarded for playing the way that they want to play. That's the stuff I like. It's just, and that's what, everybody plays Battlefield a little differently. We don't want this as a COD replacement. Hopefully the EA team knows that. I think they do. I didn't think the last one was bad by any stretch. But like, I love it. I love that they're still putting all their resources, all their ducks in this, all their eggs in this basket. I don't know where I was going with the ducks metaphor there, but all the eggs in the basket. And it doesn't seem and I think this is the last point I'll make, and then we can move on. It doesn't seem like they're trying to reach beyond their grasp, right? This feels very much like within their wheelhouse. They're not trying to showcase anything that's like wildly futuristic, wildly ambitious in terms of like historical, right? They've done the historical thing. It doesn't work anymore. Nobody cares anymore. So just do modern. Just do modern. Do it really well. Make some awesome levels. Make sure people have all the tools that they need. Make sure the levels are epic. And you've got yourself a good Battlefield game. I think that's the key. But yeah, as always, it's EA. Wait and see. Malik, you're right. There's never any doubt about that. And we'll see how this goes. Battlefield 6 reveal for the multiplayer is on the 31st. If somebody wouldn't mind posting that trailer on the subreddit when it comes out, we'll take a look at this again next week because that's going to be some gameplay. All right, guys, let's keep moving on because it is 10:12 already. Abiotic Factor. I am fascinated by this. I saw this popping off on Steam the other day, and it's got a lot of love right now. Couple tens of thousands, I think. People, concurrent players checking this one out. Not a lot of information here, but I just think it's really fascinating that there is this, there's always a couple of these games every year that pop off out of nowhere. And again, I think that's part of the environment, right? Like right now, there's not a lot of stuff going on. And I think this is one of those games that just kind of caught enough of an audience that it kind of became viral. So I haven't really looked into it. So let's check out what the launch trailer is all about.
The core, the deep, the wires that weave, the heart, the eye, unbreak the sky.
Dr. Mance, Cascade Facility. We are charting new territory. I feel we have passed through the looking glass.
Warning, biological incursion detected. Complete. Failure.
We weren't prepared for this. No one was.
My prediction has come to pass. They come seeking anomalies. I fear they will only be content when this place is reduced to ash.
There's a million universes out there, and they're all trying to eat each other. Maybe it's simply our turn.
It's been a long road, but I truly think we're nearly there.
Ask yourself, has the moment arrived, or will it wait?
I have no idea what this game is about. None whatsoever. First things first, I think it's really fascinating they chose this graphic style. It looks like an old school like Doom game, right? Like the I don't know what that graphic style is called. It's obviously 3D, but it's almost like first person shooter, boomer shooter, and then like the graphics from like the late 90s, I think, is when this graphic style was popular. But I don't know, it's just interesting. And I think it's one of those games that looks old but has a lot of modern systems, right? Like we've learned about quality of life and the way to develop games that's, maybe like one of the earlier, like the first Half-Life. Yeah, Will, not Half-Life 2. Because I feel like this is a little bit predates that. What I'm trying to figure out is what exactly we're doing in this game. Multiple universes? Are there multiple timelines, different factions? It's really hard to tell. Very clearly, there's a lot of creatures in this game, a lot of different weapons and armor. One of the things I actually picked up on in the trailer was that some of the like weapons were actually kind of pretty cool. You got all sorts of like scientific-y guns. You've got big swords here. There was another, there's like a high-powered rifle there. You've got this weird sucker gun. You got flamethrowers, torch there, or maybe that's a mace. I'm not sure. It just looks cool. It looks like one of those games that you could probably fall in love with if you could get past some of the initial like graphic and maybe even some of the like non-modern systems. Like there definitely is going to be some jank whenever you have a game and some graphics like this. I'm actually really curious. I want to look this up on Steam and just like actually see what they say about the game. So overwhelmingly positive, always a great sign. Tons of reviews already. So let's see what this game is actually about. So Abiotic Factor is a survival crafting experience for 1 to 6 players set in the depths of an underground research facility. Caught between paranormal containment failure and military crusade and chaos from a dozen realms, the world's greatest minds must survive against the universe's biggest threats. Fervor, this sounds like a you type of game, man. Home to the world's greatest minds, Gate operates a global network of secretive research laboratories spanning every field of scientific study and the realms beyond. As a Gate employee, you extend the bounds of human knowledge and seek to explain the unexplainable, including anomalies and paranormal entities, from gravity-distorting artifacts to supernatural creatures with an unbridled instinct for violence. Safety, security, and secrecy are the utmost important, usually. All right, gameplay. That's what I care about. Gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. Abiotic Factor brings a 90s sci-fi twist and rich character progression to the multiplayer open-world survival crafting genre. Up to 6 players can choose their PhDs, build their scientists, gear up, and explore a massive subterranean complex filled with supernatural artifacts, transdimensional foes, and science experiments gone awry. Between the alien threats hunting for their next meal, trigger-happy soldiers, and the world's most advanced robotic security forces attacking personnel working overtime, there's no shortage of danger. As a scientist, fighting isn't your forte, so you'll need to put your PhD to work to outwit your enemies, craft ingenious and outlandish tools, weaponry, and gear, for simple nets to wooden bats to laser cannons and elaborate traps, everything your big science brain can muster. Yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. I kind of want to play this just to see what it's about. Somebody's broadcasting right now. I don't know who this person is. Full credit for whatever this is. Their game, their gameplay. I just want to see. Okay, so we're currently exploring a kitchen so we could pick up stuff. So lots of exploration. Oh my gosh, it feels like you know what game it feels like? It feels like the James Bond game. Oh, they got a crossbow. Okay, cool. Shoot that thing. Shoot that thing. I thought he missed. That would have been funny. Okay, okay, can't loot it, I guess. Didn't loot it. GoldenEye. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like GoldenEye. All right, I might need to play this just to see what this is all about. This is too slow for me right now, but we'll get there. We're going to check this one out. Yeah, honestly, if they released this 3 weeks ago, it would have been awesome. Released on July 22nd, overwhelming positive, over 20,000 reviews. How many people are playing this right now? Let's see. It's been growing steadily. That's the sign right there, guys. See that upward curve? That's the sign the game is picking off. This Major Arena game is kicking off too. Look at that. Look at that rise. Looks like it almost peaked at 30,000, which is these guys have got to be PlayStack or sorry, Deep Field Games. Never heard of these guys. They had another game. Unfortunate Spaceman? I don't know. Did okay. Maybe. Did it do okay? No, it didn't do. Oh, yeah, 11,000. Not bad. Anyways, almost 30,000. Super Dan, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. All right, that's Abiotic Factor. If you're looking for a game to play, maybe that's one to check out because it looks pretty good. Reviews are great. I don't know what this is. I'm a little afraid to click on this one. I'm not going to lie. We're going to skip this one. Just affectionate ad. I mean, I know you. I trust you. I'm just a little worried to click on that one. All right, Echoes of the End, extended gameplay trailer. Echoes of the End, I think we reacted to one of the earlier. It's not bad? Okay, Livid says it's not bad. We'll go back. We're going to hit that one first. We'll hit that one first because this one's 16 minutes long. All right, this is Syntopia. Livid says it's not bad. I shouldn't trust Livid. Sometimes he leads me astray, but we'll see. Here we go.
Welcome to Syntopia, where hell isn't just a fiery pit, it's a 1980s-style bureaucracy, complete with red tape, endless paperwork, and soul-crushing deadlines.
Oh, okay. All right.
As administrator of hell, it's your job to manage sins. But before we start turning hell into a fine-tuned machine, let's take a little trip to the overworld to meet your administered, the sentient hummus. As these chickpea-like folk go about their daily lives,
just like a
their
dual world
experiences
thing?
in the overworld affect their sinometer. The different life paths of your civilization and the types of towns generated are influenced by their ruler, so choose wisely. Don't like them? No problem. Luckily, we have some very handy tools for that. Oops. Oh well, it is the cycle of life after all. For these poor souls, the graveyard awaits, where our trusty bus driver Steve will transport them to the afterlife. Onward to hell. And here we are. Oh, isn't it toasty? Souls will be dropped off at Hell Plaza, where they will follow your carefully crafted route through the underworld, reducing their various sins accumulated in life and generating you sweet purgadollars. Take the reins, treat them to a little show, give them a little spook, watch as they wriggle and squirm and shake in fear and... Anyway, now remember, Hell and the overworld are very much interlinked. Once the soul's sins are scrubbed clean, direct them to the resurrection gate, and boom! Off they go into the next cycle. The more souls you resurrect, the more heroes you earn, and the bigger your hummus population grows. Be cautious though. If we don't clean up their act, they'll just take their sins into their next life. And trust me, you don't want that. So, now you know the loop. Why not spice it up a little? Use your purgadollars to build, unlock upgrades with heroes, and use faith coins to perform some magic. For the hell of it. What could go wrong?
I don't know, Juggernaut, but I'm thinking the same thing, man. It's funny, like, city building has been the one genre that's been really hard for me to, like, continue to play and love as somebody who's, you know, started a channel. For whatever reason, like, I've talked about this before, like, Frostpunk is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a top 10 game for me. I loved it. Everything about it. But ever since, like, starting the channel, it's one of the hardest games, unless your channel is dedicated to this type of game, it is one of the hardest games to, or game genres, I should say, city builders and this type of RTS game to play and make content for. Because it's very menu driven. And, like, I know because I used to edit our own videos, and it's just really challenging to convey what's happening in the game unless you watch people long play games, and that's just never been our thing. So I think, like, my focus has always shifted towards games that make a little bit more sense for the channel. Although Livid is right, I do love games like this. I used to play the game Majesty back in the day. I don't know if anybody ever played Majesty. That is one of my favorite games of all time. Obviously, like Age of Empires. I'm trying to think what are some of the other ones. Age of Mythology. Oh my gosh, I used to have so many of them back in the day. Yeah, this is not the same as Age of Empires. I think the city building genre has, just like every other genre, has split into like 9 different subgenres, right? This one is not about building armies and fighting warring kingdoms like a Stronghold or an Age of Empires. This one is about, like, managing, right? So there are city builder managers. It's just hard to play those and also think about like the channel. So I just haven't played a lot of these games. There is a little bit of Black and White to this too. Like, I remember sitting and watching my cousin play Black and White for hours back when I was a kid. That was before, like, I was really into gaming, but I would watch him play games. And Black and White was always one. So yeah, you're kind of like the god, right? And you're the god that's imparting your will over, in this case, the people on the overworld, which then sends them down to the underworld, which I honestly think is really cool. Like the dual world scenario, how you manage both of them, I think is going to be probably the most interesting part of this game. Is like, okay, you've got your overworld, underworld, what's the balance? And I think that's going to be probably the interesting part of that, because very clearly, right, like, there are bad things that can happen if you don't manage your underworld the right way. Oh, Cult of the Lamb is another great game. Will. That's a good call. Very different type of game, right? Not a city builder in the traditional sense. There is some city building elements of it, but it's more of like a base, not even a base building, like a village builder, not like a full-blown city builder. But yeah, no, Syntopia, I definitely shouldn't have been scared of that thumbnail, but that thumbnail is certainly salacious. You know what would be a really cool game? I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Osmosis Jones, but a survival game set in the body of a human. That would actually be really cool. Fervor, that might be like a nugget of a game idea right there, man. Like if you could make a game where you were like literally living in a body and surviving off of that, that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to jump back into this one. Echoes of the End. I remember seeing something about this game. Maybe we reacted to it. Maybe it was one of the... Oh, it was one of the... Wasn't it in the Xbox showcase? I don't know. Anyways, this is 16 minutes long. We got the time. We're going to check this one out because I am genuinely curious at this one. The like to dislike is about what I'd expect when there's a female protagonist. Slime, yeah, Ball-X Pit. I still want to play that one. I hate to say it, but female protagonist always sparks this sort of gross misogyny. So who cares? Let's just get that out of the way right now. Let's look at the gameplay. Let's see if the game itself is any good. Echoes of the End. Here we go.
You Ceruvians have never appreciated what you have. Your father seemed to me a man of vision, a man who understood the true potential of your power. What a disappointment you must have been. You truly are a vestige, a slave to the shackles of a stagnant world. We'll find our own way. Kill them.
Wait, I'll be your guide. Just please don't hurt her.
Or be quiet.
Valestin was my father too. I know this area. I can help you.
Fine. Kill the vestige.
Yes, sir.
No!
Come on, Vestige. Dance with me.
The only thing this game is going to get comped to is Forspoken. Like I'm calling it right now. Yeah, it certainly looks floaty. She quite literally floats right there. We're gonna have to watch this entire fight. It's a long fight. Okay, it's okay. She has force choke? What? Guys, this is secretly a Star Wars game. What? That kind of came out of nowhere.
Wait!
You can't! Listen to me! Stop! Please! You're bringing this whole place down all around us! Just listen to me! Or just keep going. I'm sure this is a great big misunderstanding.
Who are you, old man? Why are you here?
My name is Abram Finley. I'm a scholar. Specialize in wards and ward-related phenomena. May I?
Been exchanging letters with this region's ward guardian for a while now. A few weeks ago, the letters stopped coming. I came here.
It's really bold of them to be putting so much like story stuff out there.
But, well,
exposes the game.
This is my father's handwriting.
Your father? Valestin Ser is your father? Is he all right?
No. He's dead. A month ago.
Look, I know these Dustmen. Their commander and I have history. And I promise you, Auric isn't the type to be satisfied with a minor victory.
I don't hate it so far.
He'll be lucky.
Like
if he
even the
gets
voice
that
acting,
much.
it's obviously not Expedition 33 level, but it's not bad.
I need to raise the alarm and get my brother. If you need help reaching safety, you can follow me, but I won't slow down for you.
I can keep up. Though it would be nice to know the name of my guide.
You can call me Ren.
Well then, Ren, I don't suppose you happen to know the way out of here?
No. This passage must have opened in one of the landslides. I've never been here before. But it doesn't smell too musty. Follow the fresh air and we'll find an exit.
The nose knows. Always a sound bit of wisdom.
Sure.
Echoes of the end. Feels very much like a PlayStation game.
It's been a long time since I traveled with a vestige.
Does it bother you?
Oh no, quite the contrary. It's just a little nostalgic.
So I'm saying, Liv, it's gonna be compared to Forspoken.
I'm not entirely helpless.
Looks like you dragged us right into a hive.
All the more reason to get out of here quickly. Here, I'll get that from the other side.
I had that.
I don't doubt it. But there's no sense in you wasting your strength. Save it for the Glomerate.
Oh, we got this kind of platforming, huh?
Up there. That's a Luminar. I modified my focal brace years ago to work with these.
You're really trying to make yourself useful, huh?
And quite successfully so, I'd say.
What's going on, man? It's called Echoes
Look
of the End. First gameplay we've seen of this one. It's not, you're not wrong, Lexicon. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. But like I said, it just keeps giving me Forspoken vibes. But this time we have a sword. Like I said, I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it.
There. Handled.
Stone rod. That puts
I don't
a
like
bit of a
I don't
hitch
like
in
her
our
voice
plans.
acting.
Just stand back.
Like she
Would you
seems
look
like
at
this kind of like classic annoyed at the world character that I never seem to like because they're very
I
one-dimensional.
have to admit, you're pretty spry for an old man.
Oh, don't use that word.
What? Old?
No, spry. No young man has ever been called spry. That went pretty smoothly.
Quiet. I hear something up ahead. Get ready. Stay close.
Okay, now we got this thing. What is this thing, like a pig? Pig warrior? Hard to tell. Oh, looks like a troll. Some kind of troll. A cool interpretation of like the troll archetype. I like it. Except we're blatantly ignoring it for whatever reason. And getting our butt kicked. A little drain life action going on. I don't understand the magic and where the magic's coming from. I think that's like one of the first things I'd want to know is like, okay, she's a vestige, got that, figured out that that's what they're called. Where is the magic coming from? What are the limitations of the magic? It seems like she can pretty much do anything. She can manipulate the world. She can drain life from enemies. Like, so where is that all coming from?
Can't these damn things just eat each other?
I imagine neither finds the other particularly appetizing. I don't see a simple means of getting up to that doorway.
Dude,
then I'll make one.
Amen.
I can work the Luminar. Let me know if you need any more help.
Okay, so it's just a shifting puzzle thing. Got it.
Great. A preserver.
Isn't that good news?
It would be, if we could power it.
There is another one up there that seems to be working. Can we use the charge from that?
It's been a while. I might just...
Whoa!
I just genuinely don't understand where all the magic is coming from. I wish they would fill in that blank for me.
I can still feel the charge from the other preserver.
Can you just sort of channel it in there?
It's worth a shot.
Ha! Now that is something special. What a view. I was beginning to feel a
pretty cool looking world.
Enjoy it while you can. We've got a lot of hiking to do.
Do we now? And where are we headed?
A little village called Barekart. There's an old watchtower there with a small garrison. I know the commander. It'll be a safe place for you to stay while they help me deal with the Dalsman.
All right, we got skill trees here. 4 different trees, it looks like. Pretty basic trees. Holston Coop, what's going on, man? Looks like, it seems like the type of game where you'd be able to unlock everything eventually, which I don't love that system, and I don't know that for a fact. But just based on the size of those skill trees, it does seem like you would be able to unlock everything throughout the course of the game.
Duster, stay back.
Studios 40 devs from Iceland. That's cool. You don't get a lot of Iceland devs. My gosh, can you please roll when the enemy is about to attack? Yeah, there's some God of War vibes to it, Daniel. I'll give you that.
Looks like we're clear.
These Turta really are persistent.
They'll have plenty of Dalsman gear to scavenge before
I don't know
long.
if it's Dark Souls-y, to be honest with you. It's like somewhere between action and Souls, but it's definitely not a Souls game. I mean, you could tell it's not a Souls game. It very much plays like an RPG, adventure action
I should have
RPG.
packed better boots.
Mercian
Yeah,
leather
Witcher Light.
failing
I think
you?
that's a good way to describe
I'm
it.
more inclined to blame Ceruvian roads.
You want us to pave the mountain trails?
Could you? That would be very nice, right about now.
I'm trying to figure out what these cairns are right here. Are these the save points, maybe? I'm not sure what they are. Yeah, there's a general floatiness to everything that Liv
Watch
that
out!
you're definitely feeling. Oh, Tetris. I want to know more about Fable so badly. Like, I don't know what is going on with that game, and I know Microsoft has had their issues, videos, and all sorts of stuff, but like, they have talked about that game for 5 years, I think now. Like, come on, give us more than barely any game. That's cool animation. Like that.
Another preserver.
Maybe you can find a charge for it somewhere.
Silksong and Fable are two games that, like, oh my gosh, let's get going, guys.
I hear voices.
Any sign of
Cerulean
scouts?
I don't think
None
so.
so far, sir.
Good. These weak folk are as unprepared. Do not let them interfere!
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like, everything feels, I think Livid had a good way to describe it. Like Witcher Light, it kind of feels a little bit like that right now. I will tell you, in this particular area, the world, while it is pretty, is not that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Distinguishable? Like, okay, you're in decrepit ruins. What in the ruins makes it feel unique or different than any other thousands of ruins you guys have kind of, you know, crawled through in your time as gamers? I'm not feeling that quite right now.
I was expecting to find more of them.
Might be scouts. Or a rearguard.
Either way, the rest of the force can't be far off.
Lady, be kind.
Stay close, and keep your guard up.
Okay, giant troll, I'm interested. This is very much their Icelandic roots right here. Boss fight? Yep. It feels, I don't know if generic is the right way to describe it, but it does feel like the type of game that you could potentially get bored with pretty quickly if you're not invested in the overall game, story, etc. Like, there's some cool enemies, like I like the trolls. I don't know. Echoes of the End coming August 12th. Small studio out of Iceland, as Fervor said. Yeah, generic is the word that keeps coming to my mind. And that pains me to say because Echoes of the End. Here it is. So it's planned for August 12th. We don't know the price of it. Extended gameplay trailer, that's what we just watched. I don't know. It looks okay. Hard to say at this point. This team, brand new game, first game out of this studio. What is it called? Mirkur Games. So we'll see. We'll see. That's my problem, Lexicon, is that the world does not seem to have any sort of spark to it. It just seems to be kind of there. Like, it's pretty, right? It's a pretty world built in Unreal, but it's not distinguishable. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, that's so cool and so unique to this game. And like the magic system, it's you know, nothing wrong with the magic system. I just fear that it's going to get compared to a game like Forspoken for a number of different reasons. So anyways, Echoes of the End. If this is the type of game you're interested in checking out, want to support a new studio, you can do all of that, Xbox, PS5, and PC. Okay, let's keep moving down here. We're almost, I think, towards the end of like where we were. Yeah, because we finished. I don't know where the heck we finished. Somewhere down here. Yeah, we finished down here somewhere. I want to check out. What else do I want to check out? Yeah, published by Deep Silver is interesting. The publisher, I don't think really means that much anymore, to be honest with you. I'd like to point out that Lost Soul aside, Metal Gear Solid, Gears of War Reloaded, and Sword of the Sea, you mean, releasing within 1 week of each other. Dude, Livid and I have been saying for years now, these developers, like, and again, it's not a fair assessment to say you guys need to talk and get your shit together. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. But, like, if you look at the calendar, right, like, look at the calendar. I don't know what is going on with my mouse right now. Oh, it's a giant piece of lint on it. If you look at the calendar right now, there is never a week where there's nothing going on, ever, except like the end of the year. There's always something going on. So for these devs to like, it always feels like the devs release stuff not talking to each other. But again, Metal Gear is a remake. Hell Is Us in September. Super excited about that one, by the way. But Metal Gear, Gears of War, those are both remakes. Sword of the Sea, I think, is really niche, as you can tell by the followers. Only 8,000 followers. Livid's super high on that one. That'll be something that he's keeping an eye on. And then, like, really, there's not a whole lot else. So I totally get it that the developers need to stop releasing games within weeks of each other. But it always does seem to happen with the big AAAs more than anybody else. All right, couple more trailers before we go to we end the stream. I want to check out this one, Vault Breakers. I don't think, did we watch this one last time? I can't remember if we did. No, we didn't. We didn't watch this one, did we? Oh yes, we definitely watched Vault. We did something with Vault Breakers. What haven't we done? I mean, you guys care about basketball? We could look at basketball stuff. Let's look at the Ghost of Yotai State of Play. I feel like this is the one. We're going to end the stream on this one. A lot of folks talking about Ghost of Yotai. Obviously, Livid and I are not PlayStation gamers, but you can see 3.3 million views, 177,000 likes. This is a game that is absolutely on people's radar, so we might as well watch this and end the stream here. Here we go. Ghost of Yotai State of Play gameplay deep dive. Let's do it. Sucker Punch. Gotta love it.
Hello, everyone.
Fantastic
This is
studio.
Jason Connell and Nate Fox from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima was an honor to be a part of. And today, Nate and I get to share more about our next game, Ghost of Yotai.
Sorry, Yotai,
We'll be
not
sharing how
Yotai.
we've crafted the game around exploration while keeping Atsu's tale of vengeance front and center. We'll also talk about ghost combat and how it's evolved. And we'll
PlayStation's
introduce
got to
for
get on
first
the
time
PS5,
some new
PC
special modes of
releases.
play.
Like,
But let's
it's got to
start
stop
things
doing
off
this
first
exclusive thing.
by
It's
talking
such an
about a
outdated
Japanese
system.
folk legend, the Onryo.
So weird that they're also going this route just after Assassin's Creed
The
Shadows
people
did
of
it.
Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotai Six, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family. After 16 years in the South, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest.
I do too, Holston Coop. It's definitely a game I'm optimistic about. Combat looks a little weak right now. That's my only concern with that one.
It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home, with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
My guess lexicon is this is going to be far superior to Assassin's Creed.
By giving you the freedom to explore
Oh, that's good,
Atsu's
Malik.
past,
That's what we want, man.
The wound of her
I think
loss
the war of
becomes
exclusivity
personal.
is over.
It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotai Six is a near impossible task. She'll face 1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her.
Yeah, I mean,
grows.
Lexicon, just based on, us talking over the streams, I definitely feel like you've got a very specific way that you want to play a game, right? Like, I think everybody does. So I would expect this to finally fall in line with more of Ghost of Tsushima. So if you didn't like that, you're probably not going to like this. I'm not sure if that's
Ghost of
exactly
Yotei
true,
focuses
but
on player freedom
that would be
more
my
than
guess.
any game Sucker Punch has ever made. But it's also a game that, at its heart, is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge
old game
of Japan. We all have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experiences. Whether that's your curiosity to wonder, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures in new areas of the game that could be appealing to you. If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or if you ask
Interesting.
about the Kitsune, might lead you to an area filled with snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study. Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the
my
game
gosh, that
unfolds
seems a little
for you.
overwhelming, not going to lie.
As she makes progress against the Yotei 6, her legend as the Onryo grows.
It's her.
Bounty will go up, drawing the attention of deadlier foes.
Did it get canceled, Holston?
Are you lost?
I feel like we've been
I'm
talking
looking
about
for
that
some
game
old
for years.
friends. The Yotei 6.
Show her the door.
There is a hefty price on Atsu's head. Now, Atsu can also hunt down her own bounties that bring her all around the land. This is a lucrative way to make some money to fuel her vengeance quest.
Oh, Outer Worlds 2. I want to play that game. I like games like this, don't get me wrong, but again, it's only on PlayStation.
You're here for my bounty.
Gotcha, Daniel. I think this is only PlayStation.
Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead.
It's so funny. There's just so many parallels to Assassin's Creed, but
They are
yet
fun to find on
people
their
will
own,
just
but for a
automatically
quicker
shit on
route, you
Assassin's
can
Creed
always
because
buy a
it's Ubisoft.
traveler's map
And it's
from the
formulaic. Like, there's
cartographer.
no wrong. There's no nothing. Sorry, that's
Ghost
the truth.
of
It's
Yotei
formulaic.
isn't going to rush
But
you
like
through
this is,
anything.
there's a lot of very
You
very
can
similar
choose what
systems
motivates
here.
you most.
Juggernaut,
But we
I don't
think
know.
the
Crimson
best way to
Desert
play
is
to
like an
simply pull
enigma
out
to
your
me.
spyglass, find something interesting on the horizon, and enjoy the ride.
That's right.
See, they took this part out of Assassin's Creed, which I think is interesting. This is an automatic travel system. They took that out of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh, never mind. I thought that was an automatic system. Didn't look like it. Oh, Light No Fire, I'm super excited about. I like that the flowers give you a nice buff, though. That's kind of cool.
The lands around Yotei are vast. It's not about checking it all off, it's about engaging in the content that gets you excited. Embrace that curiosity and let the wind guide you on your hunt.
I will admit, the
Ezo is a
presentation here is
dangerous
so much
place.
better than what
Atsu
Ubisoft does.
always wields a
No
weapon.
doubt about that.
As for which, that's up to you. Will you choose a katana, spear, a surigama, odachi, or dual swords? Each is uniquely effective against a particular enemy and has their own set of upgrades to discover and master.
Plant Saito banners.
Let's see how she uses these weapons in the field, searching for leads on Lord Saito.
This is our food, from our soil. The soldiers need it more to free you.
Free us? Inokichi steals our crops, while our families starve.
Atsu's no samurai or ninja. No, she's a lone wolf mercenary who'll use every advantage, every dirty trick to win a fight. Combat has the feel of a classic samurai movie. Every motion counts. It's about lethal precision. If an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon. But
That's kind
if
of
she's
interesting.
quick, she can disarm them.
Yeah, this game should never be about like smacking somebody a million times. It's got to be 1, 2 hits. That's it.
Choose the right weapon for the job.
And same thing on the other side.
To
It
fight
honestly
a
should
massive
feel more
enemy,
soulsy.
Her huge odachi
That's just the way
blade
I
is fast.
think a samurai game should play.
He looks like the one in charge.
Tonight,
It does look really good. There's no doubt about it. Nice. Nice and quick with the assassination.
Blades are
That's
great,
really nice.
but ranged weapons work too. And Atsu's got an arsenal.
bounty
Yeah, that
hunter.
was super smooth.
A ghost.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
No more.
Tell me what you know about Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt, including a mysterious wolf.
That's kind of cool. That's neat. Wolf ally was not expecting that
Atsu
one.
can set up camp under the stars of Ezo. But she's not always alone.
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead. It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you.
That's kind of interesting.
In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo.
This is a cool interface. I
Over
like
time,
this.
Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell. Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden.
Not
in a big
realistic
open
in the
world
sense
game.
that like you never set up a
At
camp and like people
campsites,
just come to
members
you.
of your wolf
but
pack
it is kind
can
of cool.
catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items.
This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring. The game comes to you. While exploring Ezo, you'll discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear. Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused? Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you. And of course, customize the look of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want.
Some sweet looking armor sets.
The score of Ghost of Yotei is incredibly special to us. Our amazing composer, Toma Otoa, has created a mashup of Eastern instrumentation with Western flavors, brought to life through an exciting collaboration of many talented artists.
で、こうダウンビートまで
If you like what you heard, we're releasing 2 tracks featured in today's State of Play on your favorite streaming service immediately after the show.
The digital photography community for Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. We're happy to have photo mode back in Ghost of Yotei and look forward to seeing photos.
We don't need to, I can just kind of bring it down for a second. The thing is, there's a lot of similarities between the two games. And to say there's not is like just Ubisoft bashing at this point. Now, I'm not going to defend Ubisoft. Like, their company is not in great shape. Their CEO has said some really dumb things. I didn't mind Assassin's Creed Shadows. I didn't mind Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like, they're decent games. The problem with Assassin's Creed games is that they are too formulaic. They are too, like, one of our editors, Thick, talks about pattern recognition all the time. It's like one of his things. And I can't believe I'm channeling Thick in a stream living. It's just what I'm doing at this point. But like, that's the issue with Ubisoft games, is that there's no true surprises. There's no true uniqueness, because while good, and they're great at building a world, sometimes they create interesting characters, the gameplay is fine, but it's all predictable. That's the issue. That's where I think a game like this is going to do a lot better. Are they more authentic? Yeah, maybe, sure. Okay, fine, whatever. Maybe they're more authentic than Assassin's Creed, you know, Shadows. But, like, a lot of these systems are exactly the same. Same types of weapons. There's a shrine system in both games. It's the same type of architect. There's stealth in both games. There's ranged gameplay in both games. You just may like one more than the other, and that's fine. That's totally fine. My issue with Ubisoft games has always been they are too formulaic and they are too predictable. It's exactly what I said in the review. Too formulaic. Every single thing cannot be exactly the same for the sake of easy development. That can't be the thing. Yeah, I mean, Fervor, you're not wrong. I think this game looks really good, and that's why I think they're putting the gameplay forward. And they're not putting the main character, like what we just saw in that Echoes of whatever the name is, Echoes of the End trailer. They showcased a lot of, like, the voice acting of the protagonist. They put her in a lot of cutscenes. They're not really doing that here. They're showing a lot of gameplay from behind the character. They're not really putting her front and center. And, like, whether that's intentional or not intentional, I hate to admit that misogyny is just part of the gaming culture. It sucks. I wish it would change, because, like, ultimately the gameplay is what matters. This game looks really good. I think the presentation here is better than Assassin's Creed. Like, all of the different systems showcased really well in this 19-minute trailer. It's very clear what this game is about. It's very clear how you're going to go about it. But there are a lot of similarities between this and Assassin's Creed Shadows. There's no doubt about that. Even the Onryo stuff. Like, there was Onryo stuff in Shadows. There's Onryo stuff here. Hunting down the Yotai 6, well, it's very similar to hunting down whatever the heck the name of the group was in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, I definitely wish this game... I wish PlayStation would adopt... Oh, that's an awesome controller. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me what character is either. I could care less. If it's a good game, it's a good game. Well, JR, I don't know, man. Like, that stuff is just... It's beyond me. I'm not a lore guy. I'm not a culture guy. I'm a gameplay guy. I'm a systems guy. The game looks good. The systems look really good. I think for me... And this is coming from Shadows, like, if they're going for this massive open world thing here with Ghost of Yotei, like, I am genuinely curious how they pull that off, because Assassin's Creed Shadows was incredibly big and incredibly dense in terms of its bigness, right? So you have all the different regions, and they were really dense, especially when it comes to traversal, because they incorporated a lot of verticality. This looks like a very big game world. I don't know how they're going to handle that. And what quality of life systems they're going to include, but it's definitely something I'd be interested in. But again, it doesn't really matter because I can't play it because it's only on PlayStation. We got to get over this PlayStation thing. Exclusivity is dead. PlayStation and PC, Xbox and PC, I don't know. It does look flat, Lexicon. I will agree with you there. It does look flat as opposed to vertical, which is very different than Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I thought Shadows was... I thought Shadows was a lot more vertical than that was. I remember fighting Cyclopses in Assassin's Creed. I don't know if I care too much about historical accuracy. I mean, internet culture, man. It's just dumb. Like, and internet culture goes in a lot of different ways, right? People like to shit on Ubisoft games because it's Ubisoft. That's just a thing. Doesn't matter what Ubisoft puts out. They could put out Beyond Good and Evil, which, where the hell did that game go? And people are going to shit on it. So... I mean, Ubisoft, I think Ubisoft is in dire straits, and I've worked with Ubisoft a bunch, and I like working with that team, but the team is not the problem, right? It's like, it's the CEO, it's the leadership, it's what they're doing with their games at the highest level, and listening to shareholders, not actual gamers. They used to make amazing games. They still make good games, decent games. They're not amazing. Ghost of Yotei looks really good. I'm excited about it. I wish I could play it. Just like, you know, I don't usually play games 2 years after they initially released. Like, I never played Ghost of Tsushima, so I'm probably not going to play Ghost of Yotei, but yeah, Ubisoft talent is insane. Livid's right. Part of that team worked at Ubisoft. They went to go make Expedition 33. They hire good people. There are good people there. It's not those people that are holding the game back. And Assassin's Creed is still really good. It is still their flagship. It is still what is keeping that team afloat. There's other things, Rainbow Six, you know, The Division. There's stuff they could be doing, but they don't. So that is what it is. Guys, it's 11:09. I'm glad I could hang out a couple of minutes later than I normally do. I got to turn in. I got a long day tomorrow. But yeah, like I said, we've got a lot of stuff coming out. We've got our August Games video coming out probably tomorrow. We've got Grounded 2 starting to come out on the 29th. As always, I just genuinely appreciate all of you guys, whether you're returning to the stream, whether you're new to the stream. If we have any new first-timers out there, appreciate you guys hanging out. We do this every Sunday just for a couple hours for fun. Really, we're still focused on our long-form video. And again, if you guys have not checked this out on TikTok, we're doing pretty good on TikTok. I think we're closing in on 40,000 followers, which feels pretty good. Lots of cool stuff there for Grounded and, you know, other stuff. So as always, guys, super appreciative you hanging out. We'll have more next week. I'll see you back here for Sunday night for another stream. And as always, my name is Kodiak. And from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, myself, Livid, Thick, Apollo, and Nas, thank you all so much for watching, and play on. Good night, guys. Take care.
I seem to let it eat me up. You influence my frame of mind. heart is stuck in a loop of your rhythm and right. I tried to replace you with something new, but my body drives heartbreak along the ground. Dancing about the idea of you, whilst you decide if I belong to lost and found. You know I'm dying to reach out to you. I'm trying but you can't see. You say my calls never come through. Why can't you just hear me? I'm crying 'cause I can't feel you. My heart's sinking to my feet. I'm lying 'cause I can't touch you. Why can't you just hear me? Impact on me. I feel pain every time you cry. You say you'll be back before I know it. What you always lie. I tried to get on with somebody that's not you. Must I hide the pain that sits before my eyes? Dreaming about the idea of you, whilst you decide if I fall or if I fly. You know I'm dying to reach out to you. I'm trying but you can't see. You say my calls never come through. Why can't you just hear me?